Hey, welcome. Welcome back to another episode of Livestream Lee. I'm Lee Thurburn, your host. And on this program, we talk about things that are going to help you grow your business faster, things that are going to help you make more money, things that are going to help you save time, and things that'll make your business more valuable so that when you do get to the point you want to retire, that you can do so with more money. And so today, we're scheduled to talk about marketing process, implementation, and design. And it's the continuation of a conversation that we've been having about that subject, marketing process, implementation, design, and implementation. So we're going to jump into that in a moment. We're going to do a little different take on it. But before I get into the topic, I want to talk about a couple of other things. First of all, I want to introduce you to my company, Apricot Rocket. Apricot Rocket is, I'll call it my day job. It's the software company that I've built that is focused on helping small businesses grow faster. It is a software platform that is designed to help you get more customers, to basically be able to introduce you directly to potential customers, as well as build a community and nurture that community, nurture relationships through a variety of communication capabilities, processes. In the process of developing and expanding that suite of tools, I've come across some new things that I'm going to actually talk a little bit more about a little bit later today. But if your business would like to, if you would like your business to grow faster, I was going to say if your business would like, but you are your business, right? So if you'd like to grow faster, go to apricotrocket.com and create an account. They're free. And you can play around with it. You can learn how to use it. And, one thing I do is I guarantee you'll get results. I guarantee you'll get customers as a result of using the technology. So do that. Go there. Now, I mentioned a moment ago that one of the reasons that you are probably working hard to grow your business is so that someday you can retire. You can sell your business and realize cash value for all the hard work that you've put in over the years. And when you get to that point, you're going to need to have the help of somebody that's going to be a trusted advisor to help make sure that things you don't know about don't end up siphoning off money from your hard work over all those years. I want you to meet a guy named Bob Hampton. Bob is a certified public accountant. He's a CPA, but he's also a financial advisor that focuses and specializes on helping small businesses prepare for that day. And then when they get to that day where they sell the business, make sure that they structure those deals and that they've structured their company up to that point in time so that they reduce the amount of taxes that they have to pay to the absolute minimum amount. The government needs your money. We know that. They're going to need a lot more of it in the future. Your job is to pay every single penny that you have to pay, that you absolutely owe, but not a penny more. And that's Bob's job. Bob is an expert at helping you figure out how to structure your deal in such a fashion that you get the maximum after-tax dollars. Now, I don't know about you, but that's exactly what I want. So do what I do. Talk to Bob. Go to livestreamlee.com, which is the website I have for this broadcast. And on that page, you're going to see a button on the right-hand side that says Bob Hampton. Click there, go to his website, learn a little bit about him, and there's a phone number. You can give him a call, or you can schedule an appointment, and Bob will be glad to visit with you and talk to you about your situation and tell you whether or not you might benefit from some of the tricks that he knows. I certainly would take advantage of that. He's a great guy. You'll enjoy talking to him. I think he's hilarious, but he's also extremely good at what he does. All right. I did mention Livestream Lee. I want to put this up here on the screen. Livestream Lee is a community website that I put together on the Apricot Rocket system. And if you go there and you either create an account there, which is creating an account on Apricot Rocket, or if you already have an account and then you join that community, you'll have access to a variety of documents and other things that are useful that I've talked about. I've done 65 or 70 episodes of Livestream Lee, and starting tomorrow, I'm going to start taking it in a little bit different direction. This is something that I have fun with. I'm going to go ahead and take this screen down. Livestream Lee is something that I do because I enjoy sharing information with people. And, I teach school at UTA. I enjoy that. It pays, but, it doesn't pay as much in terms of money as it does in terms of just the enjoyment of being able to help students learn things. I love that. And I do Livestream Lee because it's a way for me to help others, learn from the experiences that I've had. Some are good, some are bad. We learn from both good and bad things, right? So, all of our experiences help us in life. My goal in this process, this project, this Livestream Lee project, is to help you become more profitable and a better business owner. And so I'm going to talk a little bit today about like I said, marketing process design and implementation. And then that actually takes me to the thing I'm going to begin transitioning to. Marketing process design and implementation is a critically important thing for small businesses to figure out. I've talked in the past about some of the differences between a small business and a big business. And a lot of it boils down to the desire and the energy that the business owner has. When you're young and full of vim and vinegar, so to speak, you want to conquer the world. As you get older, you hopefully have conquered the world, at least some of it. And some of your drive and energy declines. At least it does with some people. Now, others don't. Others have the mindset that I did and do. And that is, if I'm going to do something, I want to really get the maximum value out of it. When I was young, I basically had the attitude that, look, if I'm going to work, I might as well make as much money as I can. And if I'm going to work, I might as well do something that I enjoy as much as I possibly can. And so given that I have to work and that I want to do something that I enjoy, how do I put those two things together so that I make as much money as I possibly can, and at the same time help as many people as I can? Well, the way it came together for me is I have to be able to build something that has large, sustainable, lasting impact and can move the needle significantly for me and for those around me. So there's a lot of people that start a business for the primary reason that they just enjoy doing the work. And that's great. I mean, I'm glad that you like baking cupcakes or fixing air conditioners or whatever it is that you do. Maybe it's practicing the law. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is you do, if you enjoy doing it, I think that's awesome. But simply having a business is really only part of sort of the fun of being in business. Having a business that grows and has a significant impact on a lot of people is way more fun than having a business that is just you and one or two people and you pay your bills and maybe even save some money and have a nice life. A lifestyle business can be great, but having a business that has real significance in the economy and in the community and in the lives of the people that it touches, and that touches a lot of people's lives, require that you have a bigger vision than just simply doing something you enjoy and then going home and drinking a beer at the end of the day, or whatever your pastime is when you're not working. So how do you scale a business? Well, there's a lot of things that go into that. We actually talked yesterday with Tom Meyer, who is a coach, a scaling up coach with an organization called the Gazelles Program. And, He's doing a workshop on it. We talked some about that yesterday. And this is a topic that I've had many different conversations on. And the single most important thing about having a big business is wanting a big business. Because if you don't want a big business, you're not going to build one. Rarely do you sort of just stumble into or fall into an opportunity that grows without you even doing anything. You almost always have to chase it, and it has to be part of the vision that you have for the future that you want to be part of. Well, if you're that kind of person, the single most important step, aside from the vision, is figuring out how to build a process for generating a steady flow of customers. And that's kind of what we talked about over the previous 2 or 3 episodes, where we looked at the 5 parts, the 5 steps of the consumer perception process, and we talked about generating awareness and top of mind awareness, and the perception that you're an expert and that you're trustworthy and that people can be confident you'll deliver. And there's a lot of little miniature steps, little steps in each one of those steps. And stringing all of those things together is building a process. But you don't necessarily just have one. You might need 2 or 3 or 4 processes because you have 2 or 3 or 4 different products, and each product or each service has a slightly different audience. And so because the audiences are different or the target market is a little different, you're going to have a different process for each one of those. And so typically as your business grows, you start to have more services and products that you offer, and you have to expand the number of processes. So getting good at stringing those processes together is an important thing. And technology has made a lot of that easier, but it's also made a lot of that much more complicated, because trying to figure out which technology is the best technology, and technology changes, and the technology that you decide to use can do certain things, and then over a period of time, either the company doesn't expand their technology or enhance it, or other technologies come along and supplant that technology. And so you have to decide, is this still the best technology? And there's a lot of complexity to this whole process design thing. And I've been doing a lot of investigation and reading. And, this is something that, I do constantly, but I think we all have to do it. And especially in the realm of technology, since I have a technology business, I find it a constant sort of requirement, challenge, struggle, and joy to try to stay aware of all the changes that are going on. I confess, I'm probably just like you. I have gaps in my knowledge. And so one of the things I want to try to do is try to both fill my own gaps and share some of that with you. So starting basically tomorrow, I'm going to go a slightly different direction in what I'm doing. And that is this. We all know that cell phones have gradually become the dominant form of communication technology, not just for, hey, calling somebody up, but the smart screen and the apps and all that kind of stuff. Well, over the last couple of years, there has been something happening quietly that a lot of people are just really not aware of. And it is what I'm thinking is a revolution in the positioning and the potential of cell phone technology to replace the desktop computer in millions of little micro environments. And there's also a confluence of shifting patterns and changes and activities that people are engaging in the social sphere with social media that is conjointly or confluently with, coincidingly with the evolution in cell phone technology about to have a remarkable impact on both economic and social networking and dynamics. And this revolution is about to happen because of what I'm about to tell you, and that is cell phone apps are about to plummet in terms of their cost and dramatically blossom in terms of their pervasive use by small businesses, chances are pretty good that your business doesn't have a cell phone app today. Chances are pretty good a year from now, that's going to change. And the thing is that your business, up until about now, used to have to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get a cell phone app. But because the technology that allows people who build apps has changed so much in the last couple of years, the marketplace for people that develop and build cell phone apps is just now beginning to adjust to the fact that you can build a cell phone app that's a powerful, beautiful, functional cell phone app that'll blow your mind. You can build one of those things for 10 cents on the dollar and sell it for 10 cents on the dollar relative to what you used to have to do. And that is going to impact your marketing process, design, and implementation. That's how I'm tying all this together, is that the abilities that you're going to have to grow your business through cell phone apps that have become suddenly, instead of costing $10,000, they'll cost $1,000. A functionality that used to cost $4,000 will cost $300 or $400. People like us, Apricot Rocket, we're launching this week to a small group of people a brand new offering for cell phone apps that are literally going to be available for as little as $20 a month. And this will mean that the kind of model that we have for a kind of an off-the-shelf cell phone app that is really highly sophisticated and functional is going to be available to small businesses at a price point that has never been available before. And because of that, the way small businesses are going to interact with their customer base and their potential customer base is going to change. Now, one of the things that's going to cause this change to occur has already been going on, and you saw a lot of it in the last election cycle. Now, I don't really care whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, kind of which side of the fence you sat on. You have to be concerned. You have to be concerned about the ability of big technology companies like Facebook and Twitter and so on to be able to unilaterally decide who you get to listen to. Even if you hate Trump, is it really Facebook's job to tell Trump what he can and cannot say? Is it Twitter's job to decide whether you can listen to his tweets or not? And if you think that's an appropriate decision for a corporation to make, then go ahead and tune out and go somewhere else. Because I think that's a horrible situation for corporations to be in, where they can decide as a media who we get to listen to. So my point is, there's a lot of people that are very uncomfortable about having Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and all of these other big social media platforms have control of not only your information, but also what information you have access to, whose opinions you have the right to listen to. So what I'm saying is there's a growing lack of trust and comfort and satisfaction with the current situation. And this growing pushback against big technology's ability to decide what you can do is coming at the same point in time that the technology is changing to the point that smaller businesses are going to be able to have the same technology available to them, but they're going to be in control of how that technology works. In other words, they're not going to be dependent upon somebody like Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn or some other program to be able to have access to a community of social connectivity. And so that's what the revolution in cell phone app technology, cost and functionality is about to drop onto the market. So as you think about how your processes for your marketing, and your customer communications should work, you are going to need to understand a lot more about what the new market of cell phone technology is going to be able to do for you. You literally can have your own social network on a cell phone where you are the Twitter, Facebook, or LinkedIn. You control the network. You own the data, and your customer relationships, communications, and information is not dependent upon your relationship with Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. And so if you like the way that sounds, you're going to like the conversation that we're going to start having starting tomorrow, where I'm going to start unpacking the information that I've learned and uncovered in the last couple of weeks of research. It's been real eye-opening to me, and I think you're going to find it likewise real eye-opening. It is literally astounding to me what has happened in the last couple of years. Now, I consider myself to be a reasonably well-informed technology person. I've lived in the technology world, now for 25 years. I started a dial-up internet company that I took public back in the mid to late 90s. I've had a number of different technology businesses, some of them, successful, some of them not. I've had some, my point is I've been immersed in technology. And sometimes it feels like it's just running faster than I can run. And sometimes I find something that makes me realize that the game still has game-changing capabilities in it. Now, what I'm going to be sharing with you, again, starting tomorrow, is not artificial intelligence, but these are technologies that have become so much more intelligent that it makes it possible for you to do things that you could not do 6 months or 2 years ago. I mean, we're talking about pretty leading edge stuff. So as we think about how do we engage with and create a new flow of customers into our businesses, what I want to do is I want to open your mind to an entirely new paradigm for how you can reach out and connect with the customers that you want. And I think you're going to find this to be a fascinating conversation. It is going to get a little technical at times, but I'm going to do my best to actually show you in as interesting possible a way how the technology works and guide you along the process of understanding so that you can make smart decisions about how to implement and integrate these capabilities into your business. The sooner you do these things, I believe, the sooner your business will go to that next level. Whether you're on level 1 and want to go to level 2, or whether you've been around for a while and you're on level 4 and you want to go to level 5, it doesn't really matter. If you're of a mindset where you want your business to grow faster and larger than it currently is, that change is about understanding processes at a larger scale and making sure that you have the right processes to achieve the right result. And you can't do that unless you understand those processes. So again, my goal is going to be to help you understand how this change in the dynamics of how cell phones can integrate and be used by companies is something that you understand. Cell phone apps that do incredible things that you as a small business owner are going to want to know how they can do and think about them. And as you start to learn, your thought process is going to evolve, just like mine has, about how you can use these things in your business, because you're going to think of things I wouldn't have thought of, because you understand your business in all kinds of ways that I don't understand your business. But my goal is to help you elevate that baseline of understanding so that you can begin to dream bigger dreams with newer technologies, to do things that you can afford to do that you probably thought up until now that you couldn't afford to do. I think you're going to find it to be an interesting conversation. So hopefully you'll tune in tomorrow and in the coming days as we begin the process of exploration down this journey. Again, at times it will get a little bit technical, but again, I'll try to do my best to explain it to you, because even though I am a reasonably savvy software technology person, like you, I have limits as to what I understand. I am not a programmer. I hire programmers. I be not one of them. And I admire what they can do. But what we're going to learn is something different from that. I'm not trying to teach you how to program. I'm going to teach you how to determine what kind of technologies relative to phone applications, phone apps, the kind of stuff you get from Google and Apple stores, can be custom designed for your business at an incredibly low price and give you access to an entirely new market and a new way of thinking about your business. So come back tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And before I go, I want to talk to you about another guy that I think you need to know. So I'm going to scoot over here and kind of point to this. I always get backwards here on this. I'm wearing my Apricot Rocket swag, which I got from Bob Hurt. Bob Hurt is a genius and an expert, and he's been in this business for 50 years. Bob, I'm going to take this thing down for a second. You can see over my shoulder here. Let's see here. There she is. There's my lovely model. Looks like a Star Trek. Looks like an ensign in Star Trek, right? Well, these shirts I got through Bob. I'm not going to tell you how low price they are. He might want to jack the price up. I'm just kidding you. He wouldn't do that. These are one of those really smooth, tight wove cotton, athletic type of shirts. Really, really comfortable, and it's got a custom printed logo on it. The prices are amazing. Bob does an amazing job. He brings samples to you. He helps you figure out, what the best imprinting process is. There's a lot to choose from. Bob's been in the industry for ages. If you've ever thought about getting custom branded apparel so that you could wear your brand out, I'm just going to tell you right now, you need to get in touch with Bob Hurt. Go to livestreamlee.com. There again, there's his name, Hurt with 2 T's. Go to livestreamlee.com. There it is. You're going to see the Bob Hurt button on the right-hand side of the screen. Click on that, and you'll be able to get Bob's information. If you have an interest in getting a shirt, when you shop around, be sure to include Bob, because I'm going to tell you right now, he'll get you the best price and the best product. All right. Until tomorrow, and again, come back tomorrow. You're gonna enjoy the conversation as we start talking about the cell phone app explosion and revolution. Join us tomorrow. Thanks for your time today. Bye-bye.